NPP peeps. This morning we got a gap down, a little bit of a follow through from the end of Friday's sell-off. We are below the 10 SMA on the ES. And in the futures, we got a low of 38.61, and we've already bounced around 17 points off that. You go to Qs, Q futures, well below its 10 SMA, down 1.17. So I think this is probably the indice that's being the most hit this morning, and below, it is below last week's low. So tech not looking as good. Go to the SPX. I'm looking for 38.52 as possible support, and then if it breaks below, we got 37.81 next. So those two levels are definitely of interest if we start getting support at one of these two levels. And then break down trend lines, it's going to be a pretty good buying opportunity. Let's go to the VIX real quick. VIX is up this morning, but a little bit off the highs, and still below this 200 SMA. However, we are above last week's high. We're gapping up above last week's high. If we get continuation and a spike through this 200 SMA with a high day close, then we got something. I think a pullback could get some momentum. But if that doesn't happen, if this VIX does another one of these spike up in the morning and then sell off in the afternoon, you know, the chance of finding support and then continuing the rally is greater than a pullback. So we'll continue to watch this VIX. Ready to rock trades. Let's go to them. All right, so this Boeing, not ready to rock this morning. It got news. Well, you guys probably heard about the debris falling over Illinois. I think it was Illinois this weekend, and then Boeing came out and said that they're going to suspend some of their 777 airplanes. So not great news. Boeing just continues to get hit with bad news, and can't seem to get out of this this price range right here. So we're backing off this one. Probably I'm taking it off for now until we can get back above these highs right here, and it doesn't look like we're going to get back above today at least. This BTWN, really nice day on Friday, and breaking out from this downtrend line up from this 10 SMA. This is the one trade that I think I would take intraday if it got above Friday's high. All the other trades that I'm looking at need some sort of close above a certain level for me to go in, just because intraday triggers have not been working as well. So I'm looking for more confirmation with a close above the trigger. However, with this BTWN, this is the one exception, just because I liked this action on Friday, and it could really get momentum to this 22 quick. CLNE needs to close above the 10 SMA, this black line right here, which is around, I think, 17-ish. So if it can get above there, I'm going to jump in long, and earnings are March 9th. So this is a pre-earnings run up. For a first stop, I'm looking for 17.50, then a possible run to 23. FUBO, I need a close above the 10 SMA in this downtrend line, this black line right here. If it can get above that, close above, I'm going to jump in long. For a pre-earnings run up, this earnings is March 2nd. I'm going for 50 first, and then we'll go for the 71 You know, this is probably wouldn't be hit until after earnings, but 71.86 will be the next targets. But this 51 is where I would take profits, at least some profits, if not all, before earnings. GRTS, we got smoked on it last week. However, it's still setting up. It's grinding along this 0.618 retrace. If we can get back above Thursday's high, which I believe, yeah, 1643, we get a close, a daily close above 1643, then I'll jump in and go for this 22. PLTR, I need to close above this 10 SMA, is already looking good this morning. 10 SMA is coming down, catching up to price. If we can get a close above that today or sometime this week, I'm going to jump in. First target 37, second target 57. QD, I'm jumping in this first thing this morning. As soon as we open, I'm jumping in this QD. This is a growth system play. It's a financial service in China. It has been pilloried because of bad news and suspicion of unethical business practices. However, we're starting to climb out of this bottom. Look at this long consolidation period, long bottoming process. This was nearly a year and a half of a bottom forming. And we finally have broken out of this bottom right here. This is a weekly chart, by the way, guys, weekly. So that's how long this bottoming process has taken. And now we're finally breaking out. We got a nice little pullback last week to then buy today. Okay, I think this is going to be a great long opportunity with a low risk. I think the 200 SMA is around 250, something like that. So we have very low risk buying here around in the low threes with a high reward opportunity. 0.618 retrace from this high all the way down to the lows is 22. That's our target. Okay, so it could be a big winner with very low risk. So like this QD. Go to Stitch Fix. This one burned us last week. However, it's still holding this 0.50 retrace. And if we can get closed back above this 10 SMA, I would like to try this for a pre-earnings run up. Earnings is March 15th. Pre-earnings run up to 98. So I'm still watching the Stitch Fix. WKHS, this workhorse, nice retrace back to the 0.618 fib from this low to this high. If we can get back above the 10 SMA this week, a close above, I'm going to jump in this thing long for a run to 50. And then finally, X made some nice coin on this last week, and we're setting up again, pulled back to the 10 SMA, held it. If it can close above Friday's high of 1805, we get a close above. I like this one for a long to 21. And then after 21, if the bottom's in, possible run to 30. So those are the ready to rock trades for this week. And, you know, if this market finds support at one of these lower levels that we were talking about on the S&P, this 3850 or 3780, these two levels right here, and we start to bounce and we start to break downtrend lines, we're going to set up a lot more. There's going to be a lot more opportunities presenting themselves. There's going to be a lot more stocks that will dip along with this market and set up for a dip buying opportunity. So let's see if the bears can finally get something going and get a nice little pullback to work off some of these overbought levels and set up the next rally higher. That would be great, because all this tricky volatility in here, all this red green type action is just no fun to trade. I would love some sort of washout and then, you know, a 2 to 3 week rally up that we can take advantage of. But let's see what we get. Anybody have any questions? Anything you want me to go over? Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you this afternoon. Until then, don't trade for thrills. Just consistently make those dollar bills. See you guys.